What Lonzo thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts are unsolicited. Nobody cares, but somebody's listening, so I guess they do care. All right, and I am back with a special guest, Jake Wade. Son, what's the business?
Yo, got one foot in the grave and another on a banana peel.
What the fuck that's supposed to mean?
You know, life, it is different for a lot of people and you got to deal with it. So today we're going through, at least I'm going through some stuff and, you know, we'll have a bit of a vent session most likely.
A vent session. What's going on, man? What did I miss?
You know, not anything in particular to speak about, but it always seems to happen. I have a feeling today I'm going to have to vent a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh, because of what I'm going to say or what?
Probably, yeah.
Ye of little faith.
Uh,
Ye of little faith, man. I guess a lot of my listeners or whatever or my subscribers see me as this bombastic, opinionated, soothsayer of sorts. Yeah, I mean, when I mean,
really?
yeah, I mean, but I mean, or that I'm mean or a hater or something like that. I mean, I'm not mean. I don't hate anybody. Well, besides Tony M, but I mean, I've vented on him. So. Oh, by the way, I actually got a comment from Tony M's daughter, or at least someone posing as Tony M's daughter, and she was mad at me about the things that I said about Tony M. So she made a comment, but then I think she blocked the ability for me to respond to her comment. So I guess she knew that I would come back at her with facts and figures to debunk whatever it is that need to be debunked or whatever. But the short end of the story is that she responded and said she was mad at me because I was very mean to her father and with the things that I said and things of this nature or whatever. And that's something that I expected because I'll be the first to admit I was kind of hard on Tony. Okay, and the dude has accomplished a lot in his life. He's accomplished more than I have in that realm, so to speak, or whatever, in his chosen profession. So, so it may feel or seem like haterade or whatever, but but when you're critical of someone or whatever, you should base your criticism in some sort of fact. And when it came to Tony M, I based my criticism on Tony M on fact. And the fact
Well,
is that he's a terrible rapper. And and I think in a moment of honesty, he would admit, even himself, that he's a terrible fucking rapper. And it doesn't take much for me to prove it, other than tell anyone, put on his music, and listen, and you will come to the same conclusion. The nigga sucks. So
well, well, I have to counter that. So I'm not a Tony M apologist, but you the word the use of the word fact in this case is it's not right because it is not a fact that Tony M is a whack rapper. It is an opinion. Anytime you talk about someone's music, that's not exactly a fact. It's all subjective. So you never know. There's probably somebody, probably a lot of people who think that he's actually a great rapper. They probably love everything he's ever said. So, the things that you may posit as being bad, this is a fact that this is a bad lyric or, bad delivery or something. Someone else might say, it's not a fact because I like it. So this is all opinion. So this person who came at you as I know they came in defense because they're related, but they may have come at you as, why are you stating this as a fact when it's nothing but an opinion? Truly, anything that we say on here is an opinion, unless you really talk about a true fact. When you're talking about music or anything like that someone has made, someone may think it is good. So you can't really say, oh, this is a fact. Therefore, you really can't get mad when someone criticizes you about it or I guess you can defend yourself, but really, it is not a fact that Tony M is a bad rapper. It is your opinion. It may be a widely held opinion, but it's not a fact. And I say that not in defense of the man or this person, but because, we live in an age now where facts are very important. We have to discern what is fact and what is opinion and what is fiction and such. And in this case, it's not that serious, but, I've been on a crusade lately to talk about actual facts, and this is actually not a fact.
Okay, I will respond to that first of all by saying bullshit, and I say it's bullshit because it is a factual opinion. It may be an opinion, but my opinion is a factual opinion.
There's no such thing as a factual opinion. That's the same thing as alternative facts. There's no such thing.
In the world that I live in, factual opinions are fact.
Okay? So you have alternative facts.
No, I have a factual opinion. And my factual opinion is that Tony M was a terrible rapper, and his inclusion on Prince's music watered down Prince's music, and it ruined the songs that he was featured on. Once again, this is fact. Okay? Because anyone who knows anything about music, or anyone who knows anything about Prince's music, rap, or hip-hop, okay, there's no way that you could listen to Tony's inclusion on any of Prince's songs and walk away with the opinion that he is good at what he does, or that he was good at what he did. He was not.
Well, I mean, to somewhat counter that, like I said, I don't like Tony M either, but I know a lot about Prince, I know a lot about hip-hop, I know a lot about music, and I like his inclusion on My Name is Prince and Sexy MF. I think it works. So, I mean, that's my opinion, right? Is that a total fact? Am I wrong?
Yes, you are wrong.
Okay.
You're 100% wrong. Because anyone who has the nerve, the unmitigated gall, the audacity, okay, to utter the words, "You're just a simpleton, I bust you like a pimple, son."
It sucks, yes, but I mean, does it work in the context of the sound of the song? Yeah.
Lickety split, I get old shit.
I mean, okay, it sucks. It does suck. It is okay, man. Okay, if we're talking about hip-hop lyrics, yeah.
Jake, and to my listeners out there, do you realize that in the song My Name is Prince, Tony M actually said, and I'm not paraphrasing, okay? I'm repeating what he said. He actually said on this song, "It's time to get ignorant." He actually said that on a song.
Yeah, he said that.
Okay? All right? So if you propose that you have any knowledge or insight or expertise or any tangible, discernible skill when it comes to listening to, critiquing, and judging rap/hip-hop music, there's no way you can listen to those three things, just those three, on that song and come away with the conclusion that he was good. Okay?
Okay.
It is impossible. It is a factual impossibility for you to be a hip-hop head and to give credence to that bullshit that Tony said in that song.
Okay.
Period.
Well, you know what? You're right. But I guess what I'm saying is there's somebody in this world who likes it. You know?
And that person in this world that likes it is probably A, Tony M, B, Tony M's mama, C, Tony M's daughter, D, someone who's deaf and thought that what he was saying was cool because they saw his mouth move. Okay?
Prince.
So excluding those four people, no, Prince was on drugs at this time. I've come to the conclusion that Prince was on something during the Tony M era. Okay? I said it in my podcast. Either Prince was on something or Tony had something on him. Okay? Something so damning that he had to put Tony on his records, lest his whole legacy be tarnished forever. Because whatever Tony had on him was so damning that he much rather be extorted into putting Tony M on his records than having this information come out.
I
So
guess you're right. I mean, I guess, you know, I don't know. I like that song, and I don't hate his inclusion on that song. It
my
was
name
better
is
without
hey,
him. Absolutely, but
my
you
name is
know,
Prince is a great song until Tony opens his mouth. If you cut that portion, because whenever I listen to My Name is Prince, I listen to it up to the point where Tony starts rapping, then I turn it off. So I get to enjoy the majesty of a great song, okay? Knowing that there's a portion of it that is absolutely the worst, and still enjoy the song, as a work of art. Okay, same thing.
yeah,
One of my favorite Prince songs is from Diamonds and Pearls. It's a song called "Live for Love." Okay, and I adore this song. I adore it. It's a magnificent song. Up until once again, Tony M opens his big ass mouth. Okay, all right. So once again, I get to enjoy the song. Unfortunately, it's always cut short because as soon as I hear Tony's voice, I have to turn it off. But that's
well,
okay. That's my
I've
lot
said
in
it
life.
before.
What?
Yeah, I've said it before though. I think the thing that works about Tony M, rather than listening to him from a hip hop head's perspective, which you probably should be listening to it from that perspective, anyway. One thing that I've said before, and I do stand by it, is he had a good voice. So I think that's why it works on his songs.
Man, that's like saying an ugly woman has pretty feet. Okay, it doesn't change anything. Okay, you still ain't gonna fuck her. Okay, same difference.
Well, again, an ugly woman is subjective. An ugly woman might be beautiful to somebody else.
Yeah, you know who an ugly woman is attractive. What am I saying? Do you know who would find an ugly woman attractive,
A blind person.
or ugly man, or
That's
another
not
ugly
exactly
woman?
true. That's
Okay.
not really true, but okay. I mean, it's all subjective. But the truth of the matter is, people should be attracted to people rather than the faces anyway. So.
Hey, that's very true. But unfortunately, until you meet a person, get to know their inner soul, the first thing that's going to draw you to them is the way they look.
Not
Unfortunately,
necessarily, though.
yeah,
Not necessarily.
yes.
Some people don't actually like think about what a person looks like at all, and they.
Well, I guarantee you, I can guarantee you, and my listeners can chime in here, but I can guarantee you that if you're out in public at a club, so to speak, or whatever, and you see the ugliest woman in the history of she looks like that, like the elephant person or the elephant woman or whatever. I mean, just butt ass ugly. Okay, just butt ass ugly. And she could be the nicest, sweetest, most intelligent, can cook, clean, you name it. Has a PhD. Whatever. She can be like, just have all these qualities. But if she is the ugliest, most butt ugliest, homeliest thing you ever seen in your life, you won't ever speak to her to get to know her. Why? Because she's fucking ugly. That's why.
Never. You would never speak to her just because she's ugly.
I wouldn't go not with the intent of hitting on her and taking her home. Hell no. If she's the cashier or something, yeah, I'll talk to her. Hey, give me one up front. Whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta talk to her. But what I'm saying is, if you see a butt ugly person in public that you don't know, you're not gonna step to that person with the intent of romanticizing this person or asking that person out on a date. You're not gonna just go up to that person and say, "Hi, my name is Alonzo. What's yours?" Ain't gonna happen ever. Okay? Just ain't gonna happen. Okay? Unless you got Down syndrome or something, or whatever. I mean, But I'm saying if you're a person of normal faculties.
Oh,
if you didn't ride the short bus to school.
Okay. So let's go. I think we should move on because you're going in some weird directions. Oh.
Yeah. Once again, everything I say is rooted in fact, man. I know for a fact that.
So is it a fact that we should discriminate against people who have Down syndrome and as you say, rode the short bus?
No, absolutely not. No, but I happen to live in a world called reality, and I know that is what happens in reality. Okay, I have nothing against people learning disabilities or whatever, or Down syndrome or whatever mental retardation that you
It's so incendiary right now. Like you know what? Okay, I'm not saying anything about you or anybody else, but you know my motto this year is blitz archaic thinking. I think we should like try to get past this kind of thing, you know, because you're right. This is reality. This is how people think. This is how people feel. But I wish we could get past it. I really do.
I agree. I agree. But once again, man, you can't stick your head in the sand and wish the world away. You can't. Okay?
No,
Because when you pull your head out of the sand, the world is still going to be what it is. People are still going to have opinions.
Yes, but it starts with you. So, like, you know, take your head out of the sand and like overcome it and try to make, as they say, you know, be the change you want to see or whatever it is like that. So,
Hey, dude, don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted. I have a lot of friends, you know, that are butt ugly. You know what I mean?
the fact that you say you know anybody who's ugly is you know.
No, what I'm saying, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, I throughout my life I've had female friends. I'm just speaking from a female perspective, but throughout my life I've had female friends who are, dare I say, less than attractive, that I was not physically attracted to, and I never ever, in a million years would ever, you know, try to smash that person. Why? Because I'm not attracted to them. Because they're,
because they're ugly.
Because they're ugly. But at the same time, they're still my friend. It's not. I'm not. I don't. It's not. It's not that I refuse to be friends with this person or whatever. I'm just not attracted to them in a way, in a sexual manner, because because I don't find them attractive.
Because they're ugly.
Yes.
Okay. So are you attract? Are you ever not attracted to somebody that you would not call ugly?
Yeah. Absolutely. There's a lot of good-looking women out there that I've known in my lifetime. I'm like, I can't stand this bitch. You know what I mean?
But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, has there ever been someone that you did not find attractive, even though they are attractive? Like they have an attractive face, but you would say, well, they don't really do it for me. Not because they're a bad person.
No, I don't think I've ever met someone who say who is quote unquote attractive and say, well, that person's not attractive. That person be attractive and me not be attracted to them in a way that I want to kick it with them, but at the same time, like, ooh, she's really good looking, just not she's just not my cup of tea or whatever. You know what I mean? It goes both ways or whatever. So I'm not trying to throw shade on ugly people, man. But because the world is full of them, okay. And I'm not the most attractive. I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, okay. So it's not like I put myself on some pedestal. I'm sure I've stepped to women in the past and like, yo, nigga, get the fuck away from me, you're ugly. You know what I mean?
Listen, what you just said is the point I'm trying to make. Everything's subjective. Some people might think you are the best looking man in the world. Some people might think, oh, that's one ugly dude. I'm kind of a self-deprecating person. I would say that I'm not very attractive at all. So if someone comes up to me and says, oh, I think you're cute, I can't believe it. But it's like, it's subjective, It's hard to say something is fact when people are different. Like everybody's different.
Yeah, I get that, man, because, truth be told, I've never considered myself an attractive guy. I never looked in the mirror and be like, yo, Zoe, man, you smoking hot or whatever. I never looked at myself in that way. You know what I mean? But I've been fortunate enough that women in my life have seen me, have considered me to be attractive or whatever and want to be with me, so on and so forth or whatever. So yeah, I know I'm not ugly per se, but I'm not, once again, you'll never see me on the cover of Jet Magazine either. You know what I mean? I get that. I'm just an average guy or whatever. You know what I mean? And I've been in situations where I've been with women or whatever, really, really, really good looking women that I think are like totally, as far as physical looks out of my league or whatever. And I'm like, I'd be like smashing them, but like, man, I can't believe I'm smashing this girl right now. She, she looks like way too hot for me, to be with me or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. So I get that. Yeah, I've been, within that dynamic on either side of it. I mean, and to wit, once again, I've been with women who are less than attractive. I've been with women. I'm like, she ain't the best thing in the world, but she got a nice personality, so I'll smash her. So I've been down that road too. Once again, it's all subjective, or whatever. It's based on what you feel and what you think and what your opinion is, and whether or not your opinion is rooted in fact. That's up to you, because everybody determines their own facts. But at the same time, I do know for a fact that if someone is butt ugly and look like like death warmed over, You know what I mean? Then, a regular looking guy ain't stepping to him. But somebody, once again, who doesn't have the mental capacity that I have might step to him, think that they're gorgeous. But once again, that's why they Jay, that's why they have the short bus, okay? That's why they have the short.
See, that, you were winning me over until you went back to this. The mental capacity. So you're saying in order for someone to think that someone who is quote unquote ugly is attractive, you have to have a mental deficiency. And that's not right.
Okay, if you're kicking it with the elephant woman, okay, all right,
someone who has a disease, someone who has a disease that
disease be damned. If you fucked up, you fucked up. You know what I mean? So the thing is, so if you're dating the elephant woman and then you step in the club holding hands with her and be like, hey, this is my boo, okay, then ain't nothing wrong with her. There's something wrong with you. Okay.
Well, actually, that's not true. Because, the truth of the matter is, the so-called elephant woman might be the sweetest, most mature, most wonderful person you've ever met. So, if you feel that way, you just feel that way. And you're right, people are going to be like, wow, this person must have a mental deficiency. And that's horrible, because people are terrible in general. So, you're right about that. But there's nothing wrong with someone actually, again, I think we talked about this before, someone who actually likes another person because they like that person, feeling that way. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's fine. You may not be able to grasp it because it's not you, but to say, oh, this person has to be retarded, and that's the wrong thing to say. I shouldn't say retarded, but whatever.
Mentally challenged.
Not mentally challenged.
Get to park up front at the grocery store.
Short bus, Either way, it's bad.
If you get a check,
if you have a caretaker,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I apologize, but man, I'm just saying that's not right.
I'm not saying it's right either, man. But once again, it's the world that we live in, and if you can't accept the reality of the world that you live in, because there are just certain things that are not going to change. I mean, ugly people still gonna be ugly, and then and ugly people, are not going to be able to kick it with good looking people. In a relationship type situation, just ain't gonna happen.
Good looking is subjective. It really is. So like, some people are like, oh, I hate fat people. I can't date a fat person. Some people are like, I can't date a short person. I hate short people. But some people are like, ooh, I love me a fat woman. I love a fat man. Oh, that short person. Well, I know I'm 7 feet tall, but I love a 5-foot man. There's some people like that. That's not exactly reality as much as it is people being different. And every day I wish that people would just stop acting like, well, this is the way the world is, and that's the way it's going to be, and that's the way we should live. Like, it's not right. It's something we should try to change every day.
Okay, put you like this. Okay, this is a great way to kind of put a bow on this portion of the conversation. Okay,
and the bow is going to be that you're right, isn't it?
It usually is, but at the same time, this is a nice little bow that kind of hard to be refuted. Okay.
I'm probably get some scissors and cut the bow. Let's do it.
Okay, I want you to be 100% honest. Okay, 100% honest. Okay. All right. If Jay-Z worked at McDonald's and was broke off his ass, would he ever be with a woman as good looking as Beyonce?
Because people are freaking shallow? No.
Okay. Let me take it a little bit further. Okay. Would Jay-Z and Beyonce ever be in a relationship if he worked at McDonald's and she worked at Burger King?
Yes, it could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen, yes. It very well could happen.
In what world?
In the world that people who met another person, person who met another person liked the person and they wanted to be together. That world. And that world is a reality. It can happen. It is it's not the accepted norm, but it very well could happen. It's not, out of the realm of possibility. Because, do I think, so I don't go around saying men are attractive. I really don't. But, do I think Jay-Z is an attractive man? I don't. But do I think Jay-Z is so unattractive that he couldn't pull an attractive woman like Beyonce? I don't. I really don't. I don't think he's so unattractive that it could just never happen with Beyonce if he were not rich.
Man, you must be drunk.
I don't feel that way.
You must be drunk. So this portion of What Lonzo Think has been sponsored by. Listen up. This portion of What Lonzo Thinks has been sponsored by Red Stripe because obviously you're drunk.
Come on, man. That's you know what? I really hope there are listeners who listen to this and comment on exactly what I'm saying, because that is not out of the realm of possibility. It really isn't. What does the money have to do with them wanting to be together?
Everything, money and fame trumps it all, son. What you talking about?
All of it. So you're saying they're together for the money?
What I'm saying is,
shared fame and status together keeps them together. Is that what it is?
What I'm saying is, Jay-Z being rich, Jay-Z being famous, Jay-Z being supremely talented in this field, in this line of work, affords him the opportunity to literally have any woman he would ever want on this planet. Just those three factors, okay? Because people are attracted to. This is the world that we live in, especially in a capitalistic society like America. Okay, people are drawn to, more than anything else, fame and wealth and status. Okay, and that is not an indictment. That's just the fact of the matter, man. Take me for example. Okay, all right, I'm just a regular guy. I'm married, thank God, and I love my wife. I have a beautiful wife, and my wife is very beautiful. But once again, I'm a regular guy. I have a nondescript YouTube channel, okay, and a show with very, very few subscribers. Okay, but take myself as an example. If tomorrow my show gets picked up by ABC and they give me $100 million contract, okay, and to do my show, all right, all of a sudden people in less than 24 hours, people who today could give less than a damn about me, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever, would be banging on my door, trying to be in business with me, or B, trying to fuck me. Me today, Alonzo today, all right. If my world changed tomorrow and I became rich and famous overnight, okay, then a woman that today that I would never ever in my life have an opportunity to even speak to, much less be with, would be, an option of mine. Why? Because I'm rich, because I'm famous. That's just the fact of the matter. And let me go a little bit further. Let me go a little bit further. I saw something yesterday on YouTube, as a matter of fact, and somebody said something very profound. Do you know who Kawhi Leonard is?
Yeah.
Okay, Kawhi Leonard, if for those out there who don't know, he's a professional basketball player. He's one of the best basketball players in the world. Okay, he was on a show with Serge Ibaka. Okay, Serge Ibaka has his own YouTube channel, has a show on his YouTube channel. I forget the name of it. But anyways, it's really nice where he cooks food and he asks, oh, by the way, Serge Ibaka is also a basketball player. Anyway, where he'll cook, he's African. He'll cook an exotic dish and have another basketball player come over or whatever, and he'll interview them, they'll eat the food, so on and so forth. It's really nice. Check it out, you get a chance. I forget the name of the show. But anyways, his guest was Kawhi Leonard. I saw the episode yesterday. And one of the questions that he asked Kawhi who his celebrity crush was. Okay? And Kawhi refused to answer the question because, hey, I got a girlfriend. I don't think I should say that. I'm not going to say it. Okay? And Ibaka was like, come on, man. There's got to be a celebrity crush out there. Somebody, that you want to get with. Someone who's famous or whatever that you want to get with or whatever, right? And he's like, there's no shade or anything. You're not going to get in trouble. This and the third or whatever, right? And Kawhi said something very, very profound. He said, it's not like I'm a regular guy. So if I say that, there's a possibility it could happen. And that nails it right there. Okay?
Well,
he is not a regular guy. Why? Because he's rich and he's famous. He's supremely talented in his line of work. So even though he has a girlfriend, okay, and he's not the greatest looking guy in the world, but he's an average looking guy or whatever, right? But he knows the fact that he's a basketball player, he's rich, he has fame and skill, that anybody, his celebrity crush or whatever, is within his grasp simply because he's not a regular guy.
Yes.
Okay?
But what you're saying is almost the opposite of what I was trying to say.
What?
I'm not talking about the shallow reasons why people are attracted to each other. You're right. Somebody who is rich and famous is going to get whoever they want. That's a fact. It's not a good fact, but it's a fact. The point of what I'm trying to say is, so your question was not, would rich Beyonce be able to get with, would poor Jay-Z get with rich Beyonce? That wasn't the question. The question was, if Jay-Z and Beyonce were regular people, would they be attracted to each other at some point? Like, is there a possibility they could get together? And that is an actual possibility. That could happen. They're both regular people. It doesn't really matter what, yes, looks matter to some people, but some people, when they meet each other, if they actually just click with each other, they like each other no matter what they look like. So that is a possibility. No, if Jay-Z were working at Burger King and Beyonce was rich Beyonce as she is now, there's no possibility of that happening at all. But the two on a regular scale as far as like status, yeah, that could happen. There's nothing like so.
So you think that Beyonce's attraction to Jay-Z was purely physical?
I don't know what it is. I have no idea because I don't know them. I actually know nothing about Jay-Z and I know nothing about Beyonce.
But you know how they look.
I don't. Huh?
And you know how they look. You know what they do.
I know how they look. I know what they do.
Okay.
But that's it. That's it. So I can't actually speculate on their. I can speculate, but I can't actually tell you what it is. It very well could be that they like each other because they like each other. It doesn't have to always be predicated on fame and fortune and money and such. It doesn't have to be that. So, yes, in the real world, in the regular world, a so-called ugly person can get with a so-called beautiful person, and people won't understand it, but it very well could be that they got together. I'm just going to make something up. They got together because Beyonce was in a state of depression or whatever, and she met Jay-Z in that vulnerable state, and they got together. He made her feel like whatever she was going through, she wasn't in it alone, and she loved him for that. And they got married, and they love each other. That could happen. And I'm not saying that is what happened, because it most likely didn't. But that is something that can happen. That is not out of the realm of possibility. Now, it is out of the realm of possibility if those same circumstances were the case, if she was depressed but rich, and he is just happy-go-lucky working at Burger King. It doesn't matter how depressed she is, and she she meets him. She's rich. She's not going to get with this poor dude. That's not going to happen. So, there's a difference there. But in the regular world of regular people, yeah, the so-called ugly person can get the beautiful woman. I mean, I'm gonna give an example from something fake, but this is something that could happen. Little Shop of Horrors, the musical, the movie. So you had Seymour and Audrey. Audrey was supposedly the beautiful woman, and Seymour was the lovable nerd, down on his luck and everything. But at the end of the movie, at the end of the show, they're in love, they're together, and they have their white picket fence and family, right? That's a movie, but that is not out of the realm of possibility. So
it's not a realm of possibility. There was a giant, man-eating plant. It's not.
Well, okay, I'm not talking about the movie, and I'm not talking about like the plant. I'm not talking, but actually, since you mentioned the plant, let's go ahead and say that they went through something together, didn't they? And that brought them together.
Seymour was a murderous psychopath who fed people to a plant.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about the fact that he was also, forget the actual ridiculousness of the.
So forget his character flaw. In other words,
that's not what everybody has flaws, but that ain't what I'm talking about.
Yeah, everybody has flaws, but it's one thing to suck your teeth, and it's another thing to murder people. There's level to flaws, okay?
All right. You're trying not to see what I'm saying.
That's exactly what
Like,
you're saying.
I'm not saying anything about the actual plot of the movie. What I'm talking about is the fact that you have a normal person and a beautiful person, and they get together.
What I'm saying is, but your example, you said that Seymour was a normal person when he wasn't.
Take away the plant, take away the murder, and he was a normal-looking guy. Okay?
Take away the plant, take away the murder. Okay.
He was a normal-looking guy, and Audrey was what you would call what a tramp, right? So I mean, like, she had flaws too.
Exactly.
So
They both
she
had
didn't kill
flaws.
anybody, but she had flaws too.
Yeah.
And what I'm talking about is neither of them are rich. So I mean, you just don't want to see what I'm saying. Not everything is predicated on status. A lot of it is, and the world sucks in that way. But you know, again, if rich Beyonce met poor Jay-Z, it would not happen. That would not happen. Both regular people, it could, and that's it. That ain't the topic today, is it?
No, it's not. I think we've flown so far past the topic, man, that it's kind of hard to circle back. You talk about digression. We've digressed for 36 plus minutes. So I think
you started it though.
I think that ship has sailed.
Well, I didn't mean to do that. But,
Nah, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
No, I honestly did not. Yes, it's true that I had an aversion to talking about the topic, but that's not what I meant to do. Really, it wasn't. I think I was appalled by what you were saying, and you were destined to appall me today anyway, I believe.
Okay, well, the topic of today's show has changed. Okay.
No, I want to talk about the topic. Let's do it. I want to talk about it. You've gotten me into an appalling mood.
Okay, so for my listeners out there, I do apologize. If you're still listening after 36 minutes of the bullshit that we just talked about, I appreciate you. You are truly a faithful subscriber and a fan of ours to stick around. Okay? Because the topic of today's show has nothing to do with what we just talked about. Okay?
Maybe we should just call it parts 1 and 2.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. So this part of today's show is we were talking about criticism, okay, about the power of criticism and what it is based in, what it is based and rooted in. I say it's based in fact and opinion, in opinionated fact. And you said those things don't exist. So I think we're both on opposite ends of the spectrum. We started out talking about Tony M. And if you don't know why I'm talking about Tony M, please go back and take a look at my channel. And there's a show that I did, I think over a year ago, where I actually went in on Tony M, who is a rapper who used to be in Prince's group for about a year, 2 years or so. And I feel that he was one of the worst rappers ever, and that his output bastardized Prince's work during that era. Okay, so that's where it all kind of came from. And I mentioned the fact that Tony M's daughter chimed in and commented, or someone posing as Tony M's daughter chimed in and commented on the YouTube, but she blocked any type of response. So if you're out there listening and you're Tony M's daughter, fuck you and your mama. All right. So with that being said, this closes out phase part 1 of today's discussion, and and I will be back with part 2 in just a moment. Oh, and by the way, that is what Lonzo thinks. Bye.